What's the worst misunderstanding you've ever had while traveling? When I took my 15-year-old son Finn to Japan, I never expected to end up in a police station being accused of kidnapping. See, Finn looks nothing like me. He's tall, blonde, and pale like his mom, while I'm short with dark features. His mom and I divorced when he was little, but we stayed friendly and shared custody. We were exploring Tokyo, having the time of our lives. Finn was obsessed with anime and saved up his own money for months to help pay for the trip. That morning, we'd visited some weird maid cafe he begged to see, and I was just happy watching him geek out over everything. Around lunchtime, we stopped at this tiny ramen shop. Finn was wearing his favorite Attack on Titan hoodie, hunched over his phone showing me some manga thing when this Japanese couple started staring at us. They kept whispering and pointing, especially when Finn called me Dad. I didn't think much of it until we got up to leave. Suddenly, 4 police officers burst in. Before I could process what was happening, they had me pinned against the wall. The couple was pointing at Finn, speaking rapidly in Japanese. Turns out they thought I was trafficking a foreign kid. They'd seen us together all morning, thought Finn looked distressed at lunch. He was just being a typical phone-obsessed teenager, and decided I must be forcing him to pretend I was his dad. The officers took us to the station. I kept trying to explain, but the language barrier was brutal. They separated us for questioning. I was freaking out, imagining headlines about an American dad arrested in Japan. All I could think about was how I'd promised his mom I'd keep him safe. They wouldn't let me call the embassy. Finn was in another room crying, probably terrified. After 3 hours of this nightmare, one officer finally showed up who spoke decent English. I begged him to check my phone. I had thousands of photos of Finn growing up, our passport documents, everything. He scrolled through pictures of Finn's first day of school, birthday parties, soccer games, years of a father and son's life together. But what finally convinced them was a video from last Christmas. Finn was opening presents, and you could hear his mom's voice in the background saying, "Show Dad what you got." The officers apologized profusely. The couple who reported us even bought us dinner to make up for it. Finn thought the whole thing was hilarious once it was over, said it was better than any anime plot. But here's the real kicker. When we got back to our hotel that night, Finn was messaging his mom about what happened. She called me in a panic, and I could hear her new husband in the background losing it laughing. Turns out they'd had the exact same thing happen to them 2 years ago when they took Finn to Disney Paris. Apparently my son just has a talent for getting his parents mistaken for kidnappers in foreign countries. The next morning, Finn changed his hoodie to one that said, "Yes, that's my real dad," in Japanese. He wore it the rest of the trip, and every time we passed a police officer, he'd point at me, then the hoodie, and give them a thumbs up. By the end of the week, the officers at our local Koban were waving at us and cracking up whenever we walked by.